Hello and welcome, it is I, Patchworth, your game clown, once again, and we are going to be continuing our Awesomenauts tutorial with the next stage, which is the AI Station 404, which is kind of a clever joke if you think about it. I know you've seen me play on this one a couple of times, and so let's get a more detailed look at what it has to offer. And I'm going to pick my friend Voltar one more time to sort of give us the studious look for our little tutorial. And, as you can see, I didn't unlock anything else behind this. I've been just doing this in one long run. No funny business, I just want to show you how to do it. Now, with the drop pod, you will notice, if you paid attention, that the pattern for the solar is actually different. That is because each one of the levels has their own set pattern. That's not going to change, so you can actually get used to which direction to go. And it becomes really easy to collect some early solar because when you first arrive at the store, there's not quite enough to purchase both of your main skills, if that is in fact what you're planning on doing. Same basic setup here in the base. The store is right over here. And again, we get the danger zone, which is the gravity anomaly, right over here. Now, you've seen that in play already, but I'll explain it a little bit more in detail as we get over there. So, base is down here. Oh, I forgot to mention this in the last one. There are little spring guys up here, which can give you a little boop boost over here. Helps you get up to other areas depending on which level you're actually on. And as you can see, this one is actually set up slightly different. We've got one turret up here on the top. We've got a health pack right here and a turret below. These two health packs right here are really handy if you get a lot of damage. If you collect them, they do respawn slowly, and so be careful of that. And the two turrets sort of connect into this like little triangle, so there's only one right here to sort of defend you. One other thing that I didn't actually mention is right above where your movement buttons are, there is 1 through 4. Gonk! Ah, darn. Oh well, that's good. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4. You may have seen me taunt a couple of times, which is number 1. You've got the help button, which is number 2, and that can actually tell your teammates that you are in need of assistance. You've got your 3 button, which is defend, and 4 is attack. I always get those confused. Oops! Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it. Okay, never mind. We managed to make it. Anyway. That is bonk. That is how that is set up. Now, there is a weird little pattern of things right here. Now, this is the gravity anomaly. As you can see by the arrows that point up, you jump higher than you would otherwise with a little bit of slowness going on. You descend a little slower. Poof. Donk. And almost got a kill there. So so that's the gravity anomaly. It can make characters, especially like flyers like Vinny and Spike, can cause them some problems. Ayla's another one. It can be a little troublesome. Now this guy right here actually is a little dispenser for these flying droids. The flying droids, unlike the ground droids here, they will actually go in a slightly different pattern when you open up the first turret. The best way to explain that is to actually push through and hopefully manage to show you this. Okay, now there's a spring guy right here, which will send the bottom bots up, but the whoa! Oof! Uh-oh, 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 go! Die, 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 die! Die, you stupid bot! Anyway, what you would see that instead of... Oh, shoot! Instead of going up the stairs like the ground bots, boing, the flying bots actually go down these stairs, and you can actually use them to attack this turret down here. So you can use them as sort of a meat shield. I should have mentioned with the last one that the bots spawn at a certain time. It's pretty steady. And when you destroy the first turret, you end up getting a super droid which spawns at a slightly slower rate. Now, if we go down here, maybe we can actually catch a glimpse at our super droid. So maybe... I'm going to have to show you that in just a bit. Until then, we're going to explode a bunch more. And... okay. Now, there is another part of this level that we're going to have to check out. And there's a couple of ways to go that direction. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh, come on. Alright, that's fine. We're just going to go up here. Now, up here, in this area, is where we actually find the creeps. And that is right above the gravity anomaly. If you're playing as Gnaw, here is where you're going to want to put your weedlings, because it will essentially suck up these guys and make you a much harder target to kill. Up here, you also find a med pack that spawns fairly frequently, and a lot of the early battles usually wind up in here. Right here where this blue thing is, that's where the lasers will be, so you can't progress any further until that first turret is destroyed. Oh, and the enemy flying bots, you can't actually activate. So it's only your own team that you can push forward. So, I mean, that's really pretty much it on this one. It does make it a little bit more difficult to defend this particular level, because you've got the... bonk. You've got the one droid right here. So the early battles tend to be a little hectic right here. Not a lot of space. You can have it all on one screen. So as you can see, fairly easy. You know what? And let me actually show you what happens when you die. Oh no! Oh, come on, guys. Lamb to the slaughter here. Okay, so when you die, you actually spawn here on the top, and like I said, you can access your store. Let's collect some more stuff. Yeah, there we go. And then you can do your little mini game again as your drop pod drops down. Now, continuing from the last episode, something that I didn't mention, although I have mentioned it before. Oops, let me get out of this little... come on, guys. Right here, this 12 that's next to my name, that actually is determined by how much solar you collect. You can collect certain amounts of solar, and when you open up here, it will give you a sort of a ranking on where you are situated above here. People who have a higher rate of, a higher number, or a higher level rather, it means that they've actually done more kills and they've been able to accrue more solar than other people. One good way to actually end, look at that, you can actually see that I just gained a level from the solar that I just accrued from him killing another character. Now, if I were to lose all this by getting killed, it would actually cause my rank to go down. one good way to keep that status is to open up your store and collect as much of that as you can. Now, it makes it much more difficult for me to lose that solar and lose ranking. Now, the higher your ranking is in the game, the longer it actually takes for you to be dropped from the drop pod. So, the more dangerous you are, if you die, the greater the penalty is. But that's a great time to taunt your enemies. Oops. See, I can never get these things right. Oh, looks like they are actually found us, so why don't we end this one here? I don't think there's really anything else I would like to cover in this particular episode. Boom, got him. Nope, didn't get him. So, one last thing. If you kill all of the different turrets, say if they were to kill this turret down here, this is actually something that's been new with some of the newer ways that the game has been set up. This laser right here would actually shut down, so instead of only having access to this side right here, you can actually get on both sides. So you can have your enemies on both sides of your... gotcha. Both sides of the base, essentially just ripping it apart. But they still cannot get into your store. So, yeah, I think before they finish this off... actually, you know what? Let me cheat just a tiny bit for this particular episode because I want to show you what happens when you complete a level. Because that's pretty much the whole point of the random run, is to get as much of this as I can. Now, what I'm actually talking about is prestiging. Prestiging is really, at the end of the day, more about bragging rights than anything else. It's basically saying, hey, I've played enough of this game that I'm actually kind of a badass. So you see a lot of top players on all the different levels, and it sort of shows them, essentially how much you've ranked up. But then again, you can also have people who've been playing this game since it's originally dropped years ago, and they might not have ever prestiged. So it's not like only good people are going to prestige or be a higher prestige. It's, like I said, just bragging rights. I only did it because I thought it was kind of a cool thing, and I'm kind of a collector when it comes to games, so it was a personal preference on my part. Really, at the end of the day, it means nothing, but I have fun with it. So I'm really, at this point, just waiting for my team to lose the game. But while we're doing that, maybe we can actually push to their base. Let's see how well I do. Probably going to get our asses kicked. Oh, darn it. Whoa! But, hey, who knows? At this point, anything's possible. Bonk! And like I was saying, guys, if you have any questions or if I've missed anything, please feel free to leave me a question. I'll be more than happy to answer anything that I can. Other than that, it's really just a matter of trying to figure out... Oh, God, bots. I'm telling you. It's really just trying to figure out what information is going to be pertinent and trying to be a little bit entertaining while I do it. Look at this. Look at this. Voltar is a beast. I mean, I know I'm against a bunch of... Ah, darn it! Ah, darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it. Oh, okay. Whoop. That's tricky. That's a risky move. Oof! Ha! Alright, come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on. Oop, never mind. He's got it. Look at this. Now, back in when this game first dropped, Voltar used to own. I mean, he has been arguably OP since the very beginning, and if he's done right, you can cause some serious damage to happen, if not killing people yourself. than to allowing other people to survive long enough to cause some serious damage. Alright, so when you press space, that is actually how you unlock all of your items here. This is actually determined on how much solar that you gather during the match, and a few things can actually affect that. The game session solar, that's how much you've actually collected. Oh boy, this was a lot more than I was expecting. You get a win bonus for winning, but if you quit a game before it ends, you actually get a penalty for that. So, and quitting a game early also lowers your ranking. So if you start to rage quit a whole bunch, you're going to be, in the low 7s and low 80s, low 8s rather, dealing with a bunch of people who just picked up the game and don't know their, arse from their elbow, as it were. If you play a random, which is what I've been doing to gain a little extra solar, I believe that's 2,000 solar. And you can play split screen with other people, and that'll give you a little bit extra as well. So a lot of different ways to earn up XP, unlock other abilities for your loadout, and essentially to when you acquire as many of the skills that are currently available, that is when you can have the option to prestige. You can also turn that off in the options if you don't want to. But when you do prestige, your abilities actually drop down to the lowest number, which is essentially giving you all the characters with their original loadout and nothing more. Which makes me really happy that I no longer have to do this, because I started the game when the newest character was Durple, and going from having 60 of these levels to unlock to about twice that with all the new characters, this is going to be quite a long distance before I'm finished with my random run. So that's about it, guys. There's some more basics for you, as well as AI Station 404. And we will continue with the next level in the next one. Might be a bit of a shorter one, because I can't think of anything else to talk about it with. So until next time, guys, cheers all.